Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. My name is Kristen Spindler, and I'm the director of Incubator CTX and a faculty member at Concordia University, Texas. We're happy today to bring you LinkedIn 301 Thought Leadership, Position Yourself as an Expert with Elizabeth Quintanilla and Matt Scherer. Elizabeth is the marketing expert and a mentor at Incubator CTX, and Matt is a communication specialist who excels at great storytelling. If you missed them last month, they were with us for LinkedIn 201, which was about generating leads. And today we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive to talk about thought leadership. So the format for today is about 45 minutes as Elizabeth and Matt take us through their presentation. We'll leave 15 minutes at the end for a question and answer. I'm sure most of you are used to Zoom by this point, but if you have questions, please put it in the chat. Hannah and I will be monitoring the chat for questions. If the question is pertinent to what Matt and Elizabeth are talking about at the moment, we'll go ahead and answer it live. Otherwise, we'll leave it for the end, the last 15 minutes. So thanks again for joining us, everyone, and let's give a virtual welcome to Elizabeth and Matt. Take it away.
Good afternoon, and thanks for sharing your lunch hour with us here in Concordia University and Incubator CTX. It, I think, is the best incubator and co-working space that I'm looking forward to returning once we're allowed to go back to work.
And Liz, I want to come up to Austin, when we're allowed to do so and visit this great facility as well. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So I'm excited to learn more about what Concordia is doing to help people build their businesses.
Yeah, well, especially we should also do a slight plug here at the beginning and say, you got to listen to what Concordia is doing in the public health space. And I am very proud they're training ventilator nurses in Austin, Texas. I applaud.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So anyway, so welcome to today's presentation. I will move to the first slide. Would you like to read the quote at the top?
You mean the one that says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader? I love that. That's a great quote. I think a lot of people are afraid to kind of, inspire others and to dream more, but I think this is a wonderful way to do that. And I think this forum that we have today will help you with some of those very key elements that we just talked about.
Yeah, and thought leadership is really about trust. And before you ever buy from someone, you have to know them, you've got to like them, and you have to trust them. So trust is a very important thing. And thought leadership is basically what I consider part of your marketing activities to build trust. What do you think?
I think that a lot of people don't understand the trust aspect of LinkedIn. And basically what they mean by that is that you just can't send a message asking me about my health and say, hey, and by the way, I'd like to sell you this, $1,000 worth of goods and services without, some kind of relationship built as well.
Yeah, I'm not about to go ahead and create a will or, switch my IRA provider just because you're inquiring if I'm healthy, if I don't know you first.
And I know that LinkedIn has all these wonderful ways to help you, become a better communicator. But sometimes I think the big thing that most people don't really consider is the trust factor.
Yeah. And so thought leadership is about showing and sharing your passions, sharing what you're an expert in, and helping build trust, because the more you talk about it and the more you sound sincere and intelligent about the subject, that's the trust.
And the other thing I think we're going to talk about today is not so much that I see so many LinkedIn profiles which are promotional in nature, but they're not educational. They're not helping me. Okay. So skip. I skip those. And when I see something that really helps me, then I want to share it. I want to comment on it. But I think most people still don't understand the fact that you got to build trust through education and not promotional efforts.
And in my case, I'm a little zany unicorn, and so I like doing edutainment. So,
which I get, and that's what I love about working with you. But and I don't want to sound like the old curmudgeon, but it's just like there's got to be a thought in the purpose of why I'm going to connect, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Right, but you can find your authentic voice and connect that way.
Yeah, that is so true.
Take it away. This is your tip.
Okay, so the thing of it is when you take the time to make yourself look awesome, couple things. Number one, which we'll talk about later, is the banner photo and your headline. Your headline really, really conveys who you are and what you want to do. I see a lot of people use headlines that are like candlestick maker, baker, you know, but they really don't say, this is what I really want to do with LinkedIn, and this is what I am unique. What's my unique value proposition? LinkedIn has a lot of ways to do that, but I want to say one thing. If LinkedIn wants to help you, say no. Say no. Let's be creative. Talk to somebody like myself or Liz, and we'll be able to help you look at processes that can make you tell your story through a mobile handheld device.
Right. As far as I'm considering that help feature on LinkedIn, it's making sure you fill in all the blanks, but make sure you have a human look at your data entry of the blanks.
Of course, but when they say, let's help you with some things, no, let's not.
Yeah. One extra tip that's a side note, when you're doing a lot of edits on your profile, turn notifications off, because every time you add a new school, I'll get to know that. And you don't want.
So important, yeah.